everybody, this is Pointti, and we're back with Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, Part 2. Let's get going right away. From the exactly same spot I left off. Also, a grand change from the last episode is that I am... because I'm playing this through an emulator, and I looked around a bit on how it works. I had to play it back here again myself because the save state didn't work and such, so I'm trying to figure that out. We're on the exact same spot and the screen's horizontal now, so it's easier for you guys to see. So the first witness testimony, the victim and I. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Stuck-up. That was it? Come on! Jesus. I see. So you hardly even knew the victim. Right. As I said, I'm not a killer. Phew. It looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be? This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? Oh, really? There's a thing like that in court? Oh my god, I didn't know. He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statement will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he is your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now? That there was a lie? A contradiction? No then. Your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Fay. Please, Mr. Wright, tell that you have not been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Yeah, would you, Phoenix? The victim and I. Okay. Let's see this through. Okay, so there's on the right screen there's two buttons. There's press and present. Press is to get more information on that statement, and present is to present conflicting profile or evidence to the court in order to progress in the game. That is the ultimate goal of the cross-examination parts in Phoenix Wright. So, or in the games, not inside the person, Phoenix Wright. Anyways, I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer, all I did was find his body. Really now? You say you found the body? So who called the police? Huh? Jesus. Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police. Other students? That's correct. They were witnesses. Damn. That's hard to counter-argue to. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock. Oh damn, could he really be the killer? What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? And there he goes again. Could you stop sneezing in every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I... So he hardly knew the guy to begin with. Never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Huh. Why would he use that kind of a nickname? On with the swallow. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him... Oh! Then why would you say that the victim was a, quotes, stuck-up British wannabe? Awkward silence. Wow. Well, Mr. Wright? Ah, no, it wasn't me. I'm not the killer, I swear. Then answer the goddamn question. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a, quote, British wannabe? Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Yeah, and also, if you press on stuff, you might get new statements like these. So... Ah, goddammit. And if you go to the end of the testimony... wait, what's this? Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point? Okay. Ah, okay, so he's basically gonna give me a hint if I say no, but I think I can handle it myself. I already figured out what could be. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia, one more time from the very beginning of his testimony. But I think I already know. What to press. Or, not to press, but what to present. Never told us that British wannabe was walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Now... How would you know that? How would you know that? Because there's no Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Or, well, that's his jacket, actually. So you can't even see his shirt. So how could you tell that he was wearing a huge Union Jack on it?
Objection!
Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing written on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute, he's wearing a leather jacket! Well, duh! The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But, if that really was the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Oh, that's true. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me. This is so stupid. Mia, you've made our client cry. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Huh? Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Uh-oh, did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright... Oh god, the music stopped. That's always a bad sign on Phoenix Wright games. You seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... Was the medicine that you took over the counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Jesus, that tongue twister. Hey, wait a second. How'd you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to know where that medicine with you... Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. Oh, goddamn. What's this in the victim's hand? It's Cold Killer X. Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. What the? I'm sorry. What was that? Jesus. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid... I can't even do his voice anymore. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belonged to. Are you going to tell me that it has like, his fingerprints or something? Called it. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints were all over it. What? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine dropped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. Order in the court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. Court will accept them into the record. Okay, so we have another crime photo and Cold Killer, the bottle of Cold Killer X. Alright. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all this? This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks, my poor hemorrhoids. This kills my throat. Okay, another witness testimony. Let's see. The truth is, I went back because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then around 3 I assume that's PM, we split up. Then later when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the incident. Okay. Mr. Wright, that's completely different than the testimony you gave previously. I'm not gonna do it anymore, it kills my kills my throat. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Okay, let's do this. What really happened? Truth is, I went because he called me. About what? Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never. But... That day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly? Who the hell is Dolly? And this Dolly person is? My, it's kinda embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. What? What was that for Mia? Did Mia just slap Mr. Grossberry? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. I thought she like kicked him or something. Dolly Harden was also the lover of the murder victim, Doc Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. Well, a love triangle definitely is a proof of a motive. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind the building. That makes sense, but... We talked for a bit, and then around 3 PM we split up. So what was it you were talking about? You know... that maybe we should hang out again sometime. Okay, you had just met with the victim and... I'm not gonna question that. Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I'd been taking cold care X for the last 2 or 3 days. But I lost my bottle of it from lunchtime the day of the accident. I still wanna press this. It seems important. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there around in time. You say the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. An alchemist, I see. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. Damn. And it was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Okay. Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? Shut up, phone. Excuse me? About the timing of the meeting about pharmacology department. Or forget about it. Well, the timing is clear. 2:45. I don't see why he would lie about that. Let's ask about the medical department. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. Oh god. You said that the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. And they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. Okay. This can't be a coincidence. High voltage cables? Yeah, there are electrical poles set up all around the building, just like where our victim died. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. Can I even present anything? I found him lying there. So you say you went back? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Wait, about what? Then why, Mr. Wright? Why'd you go back there? But what was he angry about? I thought maybe we could make up. This awkward silence. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. What was he Did I... Hang on, let me check back on what I pressed. What I pressed... Oh yeah, I didn't press on the first statement yet. Let's see. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never. Wait, I did press on this. Yeah. My bad. I did press on this. Well, at least we got gross with the slapped or kicked or whatever again. Yeah, I know. Okay, so I pressed on that. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, we were both there around on time. Wait. Jesus Christ. About the timing? So are you absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those thermology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway. Witness, let us go on with your testimony. Okay. We talked for a bit. Okay, I pressed that. When I went back, when I went back, I found him lying there. I'd been taking oh yeah, we didn't press on this. This and the next statement. It's rather unusual to catch a cold in this time of the year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? Wow! I suppose common sense isn't always common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I mixed the first voices, goddammit. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Ah, that's romantic. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelettes are magically delicious. What? Youch! Why'd you punch me like in the jaw? Ow. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. Someone's jealous. Oh. Okay. I think that's enough for now. So, the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl. However, there is one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor? How the murder was carried out, of course. Well, actually that's true, we haven't gotten up to that point. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is... You are correct, Your Honor. That's right. The murder weapon... Actually, I think I know what the murder weapon is. Remember how in the crime scene photo there was that cable hanging out? So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Wait, like a rose? As in the flower? Okay, whatever. Yeah, you see... Wait, which one? This was the clock one, or the medicine one. Yeah, you see, he was electrocuted, right? So, this has to be it, because it has like sparks coming out of it and everything. Let's establish it, just for the heck of it. Your Honor? Yes, Miss Fay? I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to determine the mystery. We should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate your arguments with evidence. Of course I knew that. Actually, I had totally forgotten about that. Fucking bluff. Now then, Miss Faye, let's see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. And just as we just talked, the cable. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? But there is nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Ray, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon? How can we get to point things out? It has to be this, right? Present. Well, naturally, it's right here. That's... What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines in the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. That's right. So then, the high voltage cable? Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been the high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what it really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant. Well, Payne's right, actually. Oh, lordy lordy, how are we gonna get past this? That much is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Proof? The heck? Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Oh, great. More fingerprints. Fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides this medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. Ah, you mean... Yes. It was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder. He's clearly pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Damn. Order, order, order! That's enough. I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grossberg. My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. No, it's not. What are you talking, Grossberg? This is Phoenix Wright, his attorney. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. No, you're wrong. Wait, if you think he's guilty, why the fuck would you take his case? Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor! At this time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. There you go, Mia. Good job. Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye? Yes, she does. Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth, the whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Oh snap. Miss Faye. No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end. Wow. That fucking objection. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Except the cow. Cough, actually. That's the pronunciation. Oh, wait a minute! Mr. Wright. I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further. He's interrupting the prosecution with a cow. I did it. Wait, what? I admit it, I pushed him. What? It's my fault. My fault that Doc Swallow's dead. Okay, let's see. This is the beginning scene, isn't it? That girl is sincere. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. Ouch. Wow, could that... What you just said, was that the truth? Wow. Yes, I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are. Actually, I am as well. How the hell could anyone else? Please! Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim. Oh, it feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. My god. Okay, we're gonna listen to this written testimony and then call it quits for the episode. When I pushed the victim, that guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. Ouch, that has to hurt. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just laying there, dead. Wow. I mean, how the hell? How the hell could you, like... Wow. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that. A simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. What? If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. But he died right next to the electrical cable. That's a contradiction right there. That's true. Even a doofus like him wouldn't miss that. Miss Faye? Let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. Yes, there will, and we will continue to search for that fatal flaw in the next episode of Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. See you guys then. Bye bye!